Very recently, quantum physics was front and center in the news, a rare occasion. This was because of the discovery of the Higgs boson or the God particle. This sensationalist idea has got a lot of people talking and even more people asking what's it all about. Well, allow me to explain. If we had to break down the universe into two rough, easily observable categories, they could be defined as matter and forces. Matter being the physical stuff around us, such as books, the air and people, while forces are the intangible things that act upon matter, for example magnetism or gravity. We all know that matter is made up of atoms, which are made up of electrons, protons and neutrons. However, did you know that forces are also made up of particles? In fact, forces are their particles. When we think of forces, we think of them like the air, invisible, untouchable and continuous. But the air is made up of particles. The same applies for the fundamental forces. If there is a field of gravity that are in the same place, particles of gravity, the two are the same. This is called wave-particle duality and is an important part of the Standard Model, the theory of almost everything. The Standard Model explains the fundamental forces of the universe and the 17 subatomic particles that make up everything: electrons, protons, quarks, and so on. Most physicists agree that the Standard Model is our best guess at how the world works. Until 1964, however, there was a very big problem about something very small. Research into the symmetries or unchangeable features about fundamental particles had revealed a giant flaw in the Standard Model. They did not have any inherent mass. Mass meaning resistance to acceleration. Why is this important, you might ask? Well, if particles don't have any mass, they will all be moving at the speed of light. And if they're all moving at the speed of light, how will they interact? Quarks can never form clusters to form neutrons and protons. And if neutrons and protons can't form atoms, then how can we be formed? Imagine, however, if there was a field that existed with a non-zero value throughout space, and as particles move through it, they gain mass. This is the Higgs field. Remember the wave-particle duality principle? Well, the particle of the Higgs field is the Higgs boson. Try thinking of the Higgs field like water. Some things are better at traveling in it than others. The value of interaction affects the value of mass. Remember that only fundamental particles gain their mass directly through interaction with the Higgs field. Constituent particles, such as atoms, gain their mass from the quarks they are made up from. It's also important to note that the particle discovered at CERN might not even be the Higgs boson as predicted by the Standard Model. However, why did it take $13.25 billion to find it? Higgs bosons are only seen when the Higgs field is very excited, meaning active. Till then, virtual Higgs bosons, which show up for a negligible amount of time, handle the interactions between particles. It takes a very massive particle interactions, such as the collisions of the Large Hadron Collider, to get the very heavy particle to appear. You could also try measuring the emissions of the oh my god particle, which is a real thing, and not to be confused with the God particle, the nickname for the Higgs boson. This sensationalist name is an exaggeration of the Higgs boson's actual function. In a way, it is the glue that holds together our universe, preventing it from dissolving into a primordial chaos of radiation and particles. The Higgs boson's discovery is just one milestone, but its importance cannot be understated when it comes to physics, and indeed our daily lives. Just like you could not watch this without the internet, we could not exist without the Higgs boson.